Well, it is Good News Tuesday, and I have good news. Our buddy Chris Abel is here. He is the very real Chris Abel, realchrisabel.com, and on the socials, RealKrisAbel. Connect with him there. He loves the tech. He loves the all of the electronics, all of the things, and he joins us every week at this time to talk about exactly that. Chris, welcome.
Hey.
Now, Vegas,
Yes.
CES. You're not there. Did it get so wild one year that there's a confession that you're just even like Vegas has banned Chris Abel? Like what happened?
Well, I mean, maybe. No, I mean, part of it is the whole tech world when it comes to these events has changed in terms of how important it is for reporters to actually be at the show. I mean, you can watch everything that gets announced now online, streaming to your laptop. You don't actually have to be at the show anymore. Whereas, of course, when I first started reporting more than 2 decades ago, if you didn't have reporters like me going to Vegas, you weren't going to find out anything about it. And because of that, I often tell people the party is over. Because of that exclusivity back then, you had wild, insane things that would happen in Vegas that you only experienced if you went there physically. Now that's not happening so much because they know that everything is going to be viewed by everybody around the world. They're very hesitant in terms of the kind of craziness that happens. So, for me, I was partying at 2 a.m. with Steven Tyler, lead singer of Aerosmith. Back in the day, that kind of stuff happened. I mean, I would find myself up at 4 a.m. to do a live hit with CTV in Toronto. Again, all that stuff doesn't happen anymore. So going to Vegas for me isn't quite the same trip that it would be like it used to be over a decade ago. But,
Yeah.
Still cool stuff is being announced. It's just I don't have to physically be there the way I used to.
Amazing. I did Handy Andy is there, and he posted a picture of his Apple Watch, and he was like, I think it was like 26% sleep quality because of exactly what you just said.
That was the thing. Like I'm going, okay, it used to be kind of worth doing that stuff, getting up at 4 a.m. Again, because all the celebrities and people I get to meet now, not so much.
I love it. Well, getting the experience for us from a distance, a lot of robots at CES this year, and some far more usable ones from your look.
That's what we're finding is that, yes, we're getting the first, not quite humanoid, but very close to humanoid robots being unveiled that are intended to enter into our homes. There are two, and they're both kind of the same idea. The first is from LG. And LG is at the point where they're saying, look, we sell so many smart appliances in your home. So chances are if you have an LG fridge or an LG washing machine or an LG oven, it's probably smart enough that it connects to an app, or you have a smart speaker that can initiate those kinds of things. They say the next thing then is to have some kind of robot in your home. LG Cloyd is what they unveiled. It is a semi-humanoid robot. So from the knees up, it's like a humanoid with arms, with hands, with a big face that is very expressive, emotive. But then from the knees down, it's just a set of wheels. So it can kind of wheel around your home. It can use these two arms, though, to do a small range set of tasks. A lot of them are grabbing objects, picking them up. What they demonstrated on stage was Cloyd went to the fridge and got a little bit of milk. He could grab a croissant and go drop that on the dish. He can pick up objects around your home. What I liked was they showed that he could do laundry, and yet basically he required a smart washing machine to do that. Because when he went over, he sent a signal to the washing machine. The washing machine opened its door automatically for the robot. So that combination, when you have a smart washing machine and a robot, then the two can kind of get across a lot of the awkwardness that other humanoid robots have. So
that's interesting.
This is something that LG showed off on stage. They haven't announced a release date for it or a price yet, but it's definitely seems to be something they aim to be able to get into people's homes.
That's cool. And that's putting robots into real life work. I think we often see so many cool things, but it's like, yeah, but who's going to use that? And if you're talking about having home care that does your laundry for you, oh, welcome to the Jetsons. That's getting you there, isn't it?
That's right. And the other one, very similar, is the SwitchBot Onero H1. And so not as well known of a company, but they showed off a very similar robot. And then once again, it is a humanoid torso on a set of wheels that roams around your house. The difference is that the two arms, the shoulders are almost like elevator tracks. They move up, down, and down to the waist so that the robots can reach down and grab things off the floor. It showed again, this robot it was doing laundry, which meant it went around your home and picked up clothing, brought it all together, assembled it in one place. We didn't see it quite fold things like that. It can claim to do other tasks that involve cooking. Again, the idea is very similar to Cloyd in that it's going to require other items in your home to be smart in order to be able to do things like cooking and laundry, but some basic tasks. But the difference is they have announced that yes, this is going to release by the end of this year, and it's the price tag, if you're ready, is about $10,000.
Oh, I now I that's not in my budget, but I gotta tell you, I thought that would be a lot more.
Yes,
Interesting.
I kind of agree. I don't know. Is it the price tag? Because oftentimes when it comes to gadgets and they're very, very expensive at first, it means that you may not get one, but you might know someone who does. So I think of like when the first iPhone came out, there were a lot of people who had heard about it, knew about it. They might know somebody, one person in their social circle has it. I'm not sure $10,000 price tag is going to be low enough for that to happen. If any of us are going to be, at the end of this year, know one person in our family who's got an Onero robot roaming around picking up clothes, but we'll see. That might happen.
Interesting stuff. Okay. That is CES. There will be more updates and conversations to have about all of these things. Lego is in on the CES tech. How is a plastic block company in on CES tech this year?
It's their very first time at the Consumer Electronics Show. That's a big deal. The Consumer Electronics Show has been always traditionally the place where companies come and launch their new tech. Lego, of course, hasn't been thought of as a tech company, but what they just unveiled is basically built around something called a smart brick. So this is a Lego brick, but it has the ability to light up, change different colors. It has a lot of sensors built into it. It has wireless technology, including Bluetooth. And so what that has allowed is that anything that you build can become a smart creation. And so this is part of a bigger concept called smart play. What I thought was impressive is just in terms of how they've made it so that it can open the doors for all sorts of different things. So if you take the smart brick and you add it to what you're building and you're creating, now that little Lego creation has the ability to sense and interact with other Lego pieces that are around it. So you take two pieces and they knock each other. It's like they recognize each other. And the Lego brick can know what it is that you built. So one example is they built a car. The moment you added the smart brick to it, now when you drive the car around, you hear engine sounds. You hear the screeching of brakes. This is all coming from your creation. It knows that it's a car, and so it behaves that way. In fact, at one point, if you drove up to a little minifigure, the minifigure would scream, ah, if you got too close, like you're going to run it over. I thought that was quite funny. But then if you remove that same smart brick and you add it to a building of a plane that you've put together, now when you push the little figure around, the plane makes plane noises. It flies off. It makes, all sorts of engines. Pretty cool. Then when you take two creations and you add smart bricks to them, they can detect each other. So for example, if you create cars, you can actually create a little race and it knows which one crosses the finish line first.
Oh, that's fun.
This is really neat, and the first sets that are going to have this capability are going to be Star Wars sets coming in March. So I'm really excited for this.
I have good news and bad news, Chris Abel. The good news is you're beautiful enough. We're going to have to save the beauty conversation for next week. The bad news is we're out of time. You got so much great stuff here today. This is fantastic. Cool. At Real Chris Abel, KRISABEL, and realchrisabel.com. You can go connected. Watch the YouTube because Chris does share a lot of these things online too. And the Twitter is a great place to follow. As always, thank you, Chris.
All right. Take care.